don't know what that means. He needs to get on with it because I've got soup. I've got a boost leak. What seems to be happening is you rev it above about 2,500 and it goes into limp mode. So, oh, there you go. It just sort of, and then the engine management lights come on. Turn it off, back on, get it to start again. And now, interestingly, the engine management lights stayed on this time. So I think I need to plug the Diagnostics back into it and see what's going on. Hopefully, it's just something like an injector or something like that, which would be a result, as I've got, you know, a Volkswagen Passat with 4 injectors that are no longer required by that Volkswagen Passat, thanks to a piston going through the side of the engine. Oh, that's just a million times better. Not sure what's going on. Weird. Plug in and find out. EGR sensor range performance. EGR. I think that's, maybe that's what's there's no other issues, so maybe it's the EGR valve then. Let's see, clear. Just clear it down, get rid of the engine light. Okay, yeah, so we're just left with that steering angle sensor one again. So let's see if we can do system selection, special functions, diesel engine special functions. Ooh, here we go, look. DPF Regen. Let's see what it says. Read fault codes. No fault code. No fault code. Store the manual. Then we'll continue to perform the function. Okay. We're a 1.6 litre. Ooh. Tank filling at least a quarter. Yeah, I've got a quarter. Vehicle equipped with automatic. No. Vehicle equipped with manual transmission in nearer. Press parking brake. Switch off engine hood. Oh, switch off electronic devices. Tank level check. Oh, please have enough fuel. Yeah, okay. Reading carbon deposit load. Carbon deposit load calculated 13.6. Drive implement warm up. Okay. Press the start engine and make it run at idle speed. Okay. We are now running at idle speed. If manual equipped, press the clutch. Okay. Raising engine speed could help faster reach the temperature. So we need to get to 75 degrees C. So we're going to raise the engine speed somewhat. I'll put it at 2000. 12 degrees. This could take a little while. 17 degrees. Don't want to trigger too many issues with it, so I don't want to rev it too much. Sometime later. So I've never done a DPF Regen before. I guess what it's going to do is just sit here and gun the engine for a bit, right, and get everything hot. I don't really know. Guess we'll find out. Our coolant temperature has now started shifting, and we are now up at 60. We're nearly there. My little Android screen is starting to flash that it's about out of battery, which is never a good sign. We are up to temperature. So my my little screen's just come up and told us that this thing's going to get hot. It may take 40 minutes. Oh my god. Should not be flammable materials in the surrounding area. Okay. I've just plugged in this thing as well to my little Jackery, so this has now got some juice. Let's press no, for example, hay, wood, fuel, oil, paint residues. Okay, whatever. Promptly. Slowly raise speed. to about 2000, ensure the best regeneration. Raise your temperature, so slowly raise the speed to about 400. What, do I need to do that? Temperature before the particle filter, 135. Okay, so I'll slowly raise the speed. Let's see what happens. Got it. Engine runs at idle speed. Start the okay. Emergency regeneration started. Oh, okay. That's it. Whoa. Oh, it's... I'm not now touching it. I'm off. We're now at 1500. Well, it's doing its thing. It is all slowly ticking up. So as we're sitting here whirring away, our exhaust gas temperature is getting, you know, up there. It's going to cost me a shed load in diesel, this. The current price of diesel. I hope my little launch system is monitoring all the other shit to make sure that this car doesn't, you know, explode on itself. All I need is another knackered 1.6. It's starting to smell a bit something-y in here. I'm not sure what. Tell you what, it's all getting hot though. So where we're at now is we're 620 and 440. Turbocharger slowly. Turbocharger's kind of staying where it is. Now it's the particulate filters that are getting fucking hot. I use a launch because of the Ferrari, and before the Ferrari I had a Maserati as well. And it's got like a flappy paddle gearbox, which is a pain in the ass. When you do a clutch on it, you have to program it, basically. Tell it about your clutch position and stuff like that. So this launch system is one of the cheaper versions of kit that allows you to code it. So the device I've got is just like a little mini Android tablet. So yeah, and this one is a 431 Pros Mini. Our carbon deposit amount has now started moving. Particle filter 650 and the downstream just under 600 still. And our carbon deposit amount is dropping. We're now at 18. Carbon deposit amount has now stopped moving. Everything else is still doing its thing. We're 11 and a half minutes into this. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. I wonder why that carbon deposit amount's not changing at all. That's pretty weird. I need to get the cotton wool buds out on this thing. Look at this. Ooh, just moved. The carbon deposit amount just dropped to 12.18. The good news is the little car's holding up all right for coolant temperature. We're still sitting bang smack on the 90, right in the middle. Nothing exciting there. Our fuel gauge, however, has now dropped a fair bit. All right, we're coming up to the 10 grams. There we go, we're into the 9s now.
Dad,
yeah.
what soup do you want?
Chicken and mushroom, please.
Okay.
The youngest has got scarlet fever, so has got a really bad sore throat. So it's soup for dinner tonight for everybody. Chicken and mushroom, gotta be. So we're into the 6 grams now, and yeah, 21 minutes in. Oh, excitement. Revs have just dropped right down. It just dropped the revs right down. And our regeneration duration just went to 0. I don't know what that means. Has it now failed? Has it done something? I do not know. All the temps are sort of falling off. He needs to get on with it because I've got soup. The DPF light has gone. I don't know what to do because my light's gone off. So shall I just call it? I think what I'll do is knock it off, go eat my soup, and then give it a bit of a runabout and see if I can get the engine management light to come on again. We'll take it for a spin and see what happens. Give it some beans. Basically, it was every time I was giving it any sort of welly, it was cutting off. Well, that was 2 pulls to 4,000. Yeah, it definitely feels like I'm dragging. I just don't feel like I'm rolling as I should when I'm off the gas. Right, I've got a hill that I'm going to try and boot it up. First bit anyway. There we go. It's 4 in first. 4.5 in second. Roads are so shite at the moment. Ooh. I just had I think my I've got a boost leak. It just popped. Something just popped. I can hear a distinct oh dear, it's just got no go. But what we've not got going on is the engine management light, right? So I think, amazingly, the DPF Regen has indeed regened the DPF. This is the pipe we replaced. Oh, you know what? It is. It's not seated properly. I think that is the issue. I think that is the issue. Okay. I think the Passat pipe's just a slightly different shape and it's just not locking in. It's a bit too hot to muck around with at the minute anyway. Yep, definitely got a bulb out on that one. When you've got the boot up, obviously the indicator for the hazard warning still needs to work, right? So it's got indicators on the inside, but the indicator on the outside is not happy. So I guess you just, yeah, okay, there's a couple of little plastic 10 mils to spin that off. Oh, hang on. Am I being an idiot? What's this thing here? So you have to pull the whole thing off, I guess, which is just a clip there and a clip there, a clip there. I have a Mondeo full of old tyres. I'm on my way down to the recycling place to offload them. I don't use the council recycling. They want £5 a tyre or something crazy like that. I use a place called Newbury Recycling and they charge £2 a tyre, which is a little bit more like it, plus the VAT obviously, but there we go. So half the price the council. So jobs are good. I've got about 10 in here. I did a dozen earlier on. I've got another 8 or so at home. So they don't half quickly amass. So back up there in the distance is the parts Mondeo, which is going to the scrap heap in the sky. I just drove it up the road, so I've kept my battery because this is the bloody hell, heavy. It's a battery I just nicked out the spare for the Ferrari. I just sold it for scrap. I just wanted a shot of it this weekend. I need a bit of room. And it's Airbnb season, so I need to make the place look respectable and less like a scrapyard, right? Now the Mondeo's gone, I need to whip as many bits as I can off the Passat that I'm going to flog on. And then the Passat can go on the trailer and I will go and weigh that in myself. I'll just use it as a dumping ground for some bits and bobs. So I've just pulled the front end or the front bumper off the wrecked Passat, the now wrecked Passat anyway. So, piece of piss really, just 3 bolts along the top, a little one holding on to the front wing just there, a couple down in the wheel arch, and a couple underneath, and then just give it a yank and the whole thing pulled off. Happy days. And I was trying to, because I'm trying to remove the headlights. There's a bolt down here underneath the headlight that I needed to get to. Now the headlights can come off this thing and get sent out to Mike on here, who needs a pair of headlights. So yeah, this one's a pretty shiny one. This one needs a little bit of a polish, but other than that, they look good. So anyway, let's stick them in a box and send them out to Mike. Trophy for the toolbox. Right, one pretty decent silver wing, a little bumper mount on it, so hopefully that'll be of use to someone. Alright, so I've stripped a fair bit of this little VW down now. I've pulled off the obvious bits, right? So I've got a couple of wing mirrors, the rear lights, front wheel arch, front bumper and the bonnet. They're kind of the decent panels. The other one's the rear tailgate, but to be honest, if I flog it, it means that when I drive down the road, all the shit that I've put inside it's going to fall out. So I'm probably going to just leave the rear tailgate on it. So only thing left to do now with this one is have a bit of an eBay, just see if there's anything obvious that I'm missing. I'll just look for parts for it and then sort them by price or something like that, you know what I mean? See if there's anything obvious. Hopefully there'll be a couple of more decent bits in it. So rain's kind of stopped play for now, so I'm just shifting all the bits down to the parts store. Let me know if there's any bits of Passat that I should be keeping, right? Stick a comment down below if there's any good bits that you're aware of that I should pull out of this thing before I take it to the scrappy. Bit of Bernie action going on. Trying to sort this lower garden area out a little bit. Getting there.